Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. Up next on ESPN, coming up, Week 5 of the NFL season. It's still early, true. But once the calendar turns to October, things start to get a little more interesting as the playoff races begin to take shape. We've got a good one for you next on ESPN. Packers, Lions, now.
Well, the fans definitely look pumped up and ready for today's game. Hi there, I'm Dan Stevens, and welcome to Ford Field. Standing beside me is my right-hand man, Mr. Peter O'Keefe. And Peter, we have a whole bunch of good receivers down there.
You're not kidding, Dan. Both of these teams have a receiving core that can spread the field and make big plays.
The Lions are blessed with a core of receivers who are outstanding route runners. They get where they're supposed to.
Tails it is.
This kick.
Number 2, kicking off for the Packers.
The ref gets the signal, and we're set.
Lions football.
Number 2 boots the opening kickoff. Number 23 fields it all the way back at the 6. Back line. Number 15 catches the bullet out left, and he's looking for room. 30, 20, 10, touchdown!
Number 15 keeps the party going after making the catch right here. And now he's off for more. Coaches love receivers who believe his job is just starting when he makes the catch.
That's his first. Jones carries it off the toss and takes it upfield. Finally stopped at the 30.
Jones sticks close to his blockers here, and it pays off.
Cobb catches this one and is at the 30.
First touchdown on that bait.
First down, 10 yards to go. Cobb
Hanging heads down.
Jones has his number called on first down and gets the touchdown.
Jones doesn't give up. Watch. That's how to fight from being sure that he stayed put, and they made their case pretty forcefully there.
The Lions had an effective first drive, and we'll see if they can keep it up. They'll start at their own 20-yard line. 29, second down. Second down with the tight end right. Number 9 really rifles this pass, and it's knocked away from the receiver.
Number 11.
Williams wasn't going to let this one slip by. He had his man covered to the T. That's great coverage.
Defense, that will bring up third down.
Nice pressure that time.
29 grabs the
Great execution, Dan. They did everything right.
Number 9 throws a heat anyway. It'll be second down. Second down, tight end to the left. Number 9 passes this one after the play action. And number 15 grabs the rope right.
Number 15 makes the catch with 3 defenders on his case.
Lightest moving up.
Moving way up there. He's now got 108 yards on. Keep that push going for very long.
Peter, once he closes his grip around you, you are not going to get free, regardless of how evasive you are.
Not with that strength. With those guns, he could probably juggle bowling balls or wide receivers for that matter.
Number 9 throws a bullet to the flat, and it's caught for the score. It looks like, we've had an injury down on the field. Rodgers unloads this one. Those are coming his way in the middle, and he's making them pay. You have to like his performance so far.
They're not any receivers willing to go over the middle and sacrifice the...
Came off the field complaining of leg cramps, and the trainers are saying it.
Rodgers passes off. Lewis makes the catch on the right sideline, and they get the first on 3rd and long.
Number 23 finally makes the play, but not in time. Let's have another look. Oh yeah, gave up a lot of yards before forcing him out of bounds.
Rodgers lofts this one out to the left. Robinson gets the sack way back at the...
Robinson gets the sack deep in the pocket. That's going to be a sizable loss. Watch this. Oh yeah, that's going to push him back, way back. Great defensive play.
They read that play. Rodgers airs this one to the left sideline. Adams sacks him way back at the 16.
Adams gets the sack deep in the pocket. That's going to be a sizable loss. Watch this.
Oh, man down. Number 9 throws a bullet to the flat, and it's... Number 19 catches their offense will start at their 50-yard line. Rodgers lets it go the distance here, and it's knocked away from the receiver, incomplete.
5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Number 42 clearly earned the flag on this one. He held his man a little too obviously here. Yep, defensive holding is the call, and I got to agree with that.
Jones goes right up. Rodgers throws a bullet. Rips down the lob, and they convert on third down.
Allison had 3 guys covering him, but look what happens. Incredible catch.
And Peter, we've talked before about what kind of an impact a big receiver can have on a football game.
That's right, Dan. A lot of people still associate receivers with speed, but right here, height was what did it. Well, they can run, but they also have a go-to receiver in there. Let's watch.
To go. Jones gets the ball again. This one falls incomplete, and they will turn the ball. Number 29. Number 9 fires this one over the middle, and
Pass is incomplete.
Williams was in man coverage and played it pretty tight.
Receiver.
Tight enough for the incompletion.
well, the D holds tight on 3rd and long. Rodgers makes the throw after the play action fake, and it's tipped. Incomplete. And that'll do it for the first half of this one. The Lions are out in front, 14-10. And now let's send you to Chris Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN Halftime Report. Boomer?
Okay, Dano, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. Welcome, everybody, to the ESPN Halftime Show. I'm Chris Berman. Now we'll look at our halftime numbers and look at the difference in time of possession. The Packers should be way ahead on the scoreboard, but somehow they've let their opponent hang with them. Let's see if they can change things in the second half. An exciting start to this one right on the first play from scrimmage. Number 15 emerged as a real weapon as he pulled one in here. A 77-yard touchdown for the Lions. The Lions strike first and go up by 7. The Packers still early in the first. Rodgers is back to throw. This is nothing more than a little pitch and catch with his wide receiver. A 34-yard play that set up a Packer touchdown. The Lions, towards the end of the first quarter, game tied 7-all. Number 15 had to work to find an opening, but he was able to haul this one in. The Packers answer right back. Rodgers would find his target on this one. That set up a 39-yard field goal. Packers trailing 14-10. Allison is going to come up with a big play here in the deep ball. Have a look. And that's where we'll leave this one. Lions are holding on to a lead, 14-10.
20-yard line. Jones takes it for his 11th carry. Rogers gets some air under this pass, and it's caught at the 50, 30.
First down,
Chased down at the 27. That
Graham really comes to play on this baby. He makes the solid catch, and then he takes off. Check it out. Give him an inch, and he'll steal every yard he can, making those big gallops like that.
first down with two tight ends to the left. Rogers throws this deep down to the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown.
Yeah! Let me get wicked on.
Graham reels in the catch despite being covered by two defenders. Dan, I guess he just can't be intimidated. Check this out. Oh, yeah, it's all about being focused. He had his eye on the ball. Can change the whole game. They need to be careful here.
Number 29 when it comes to making the tackle.
And you know, Dan, that's especially important when you're outmatched on strength.
All by the defense. That will bring up third down.
Nice pressure that time.
Williams makes a play on this and forces the incompletion. It'll be fourth down. The lead for the first time in this game begins at the 35-yard line.
To try next. Oh, look at those numbers. That's how to get it done on the ground.
Jones. Rogers throws this one deep down the right side. Lewis makes the catch. Runs out of bounds at the 24. It will.
Rogers improvises on this one. It's called thinking on your feet, and he does a great job of it. Yep, nice little scramble there. He saw he had no options, so he did what he had to do.
And that'll do it for the third
That's
quarter.
the
The Packers with a small lead, 17-14. Graham grabs the floater right sideline, and that's a touchdown.
Rogers gets it past two defenders on this one. What a throw. It's worth a second look. That's what you call confidence. Throwing into double coverage.
Number 9 uncorks this to the left sideline, and it's tipped. Incomplete. Plays from this squad.
Sure have. We'll see if they can keep it up there.
Number 15 catches the bullet at the left.
Ball with the Lions.
15. Number 9 throws a bullet to the flat, and it is not reeled in. Incomplete. Stop what would have been a first down.
I love to see Big D on third and short situations. Fourth down.
Williams
makes a great effort on this play, getting his hand up there and tipping the ball incomplete. Let's take another look. Oh, that majestic. Gutsy. Digested.
Got it. Jones will get the carry on first down and maybe picks up one on the play. It looks like, we've had an injury down on the field. As soon as we hear anything, we'll be sure to pass the information along to you. Jones will get the pass. Rogers lets it go deep down the right side, and it's tipped. Incomplete. Fourth down coming up. 24-yard line. Number 9 puts his arm into this.
Oh, there.
Second down coming up. Second down, 3 wideouts in the game. No dice, and it falls incomplete.
Should be ready to come back in soon. Dan, back to you.
Thanks, Susie. Number 9 tips it to the left sideline, and it's knocked away from the receiver.
Number 11.
Number 9. Must have thought his receiver would make the play on this one. His man was in zone coverage and double coverage.
Balls have been all for naught.
Got to focus out there.
It's intercepted. And
Touchdown,
he's in
Packers.
for the touchdown.
Matthews intercepts the ball close to the end zone, so you know he's going for it. and he gets it. What a huge play for the defense as they
Much out of their offense recently, and we'll see if they can get back on past the markers for a first down. Number 29 catches it in the flat. Number 9 throws a bullet to the flat, and it is not reeled in.
timing is off. They need to go to shorter passes.
Number 9 throws a bullet to the flat, and it's caught short of the markers. 37-yard line. Williams goes in motion. Minutes. Jones chews up 4 yards, and that will bring up third down. It looks like, we've had an injury down on the field. As soon as we hear anything, we'll be sure to pass the information along to you.
Yeah, see this right here? 35.
Montgomery gets the call on third down and gets the first. Montgomery, the Lions. Montgomery carries it for the third time. Montgomery carries it for the fourth straight time and picks up 8 yards on the play. It looks like, we've had an injury down on the field. As soon as we hear anything, we'll be sure to pass the information along to you.
On pass or even quarterback sneak. All options here.
Come on.
Montgomery doesn't give up. Watch. That's how to fight from beginning.
The Lions start this drive of the game from well in their own territory, and the clock continues to wind down. Susie.
Thanks, Dan. I got a quick word with the trainers, and they said that he's suffering from shoulder tendonitis. They're trying to find a brace that will mitigate the pain, but nothing seems to be working. They're listing his return as doubtful. Dan?
As always, we'll hope for the best up here in the booth. Thank you, Susie. Number 9 rifles it out left side, and it's off. Incomplete. This one falls position with the clock at 1:12. Montgomery picks up 6 on the play, and the clock will continue to run.
Quite a bit of pain. They're looking at him right now. He seems to be in serious pain. The official word on his return, doubtful. Guys, see you.
Thanks, Susie. Montgomery. Rodgers floats this one out to the right sideline, and it's caught for a touchdown.
Graham has a guy shadowing him, but still manages to make the catch. He beats his man cold. It's all about staking your turf.
There's the signal, and we're ready. Number 2 kicks it off. Number 23 catches it back at the 8. Stopped at the 26. And that is going to do it for this one. The Packers come out on top 45-14. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
Good job out there. We're going to be coming to you, baby. We're going to be coming to you all day.
All right, gang. Great work as always. And with that, we welcome everybody back to the ESPN studios for our ESPN Video Games postgame show. I'm Chris Berman. The Packers stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Let's get started in this one early in the third quarter. Graham is on the receiving end of this one, as on third down they decide to go for the jugular. A 46-yard play that set up a Packer touchdown. The Packers are in front for the first time. They're now up by 3. This time at the 25-yard line, Rodgers would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. A 24-yard touchdown for the Packers. Lions losing by 10. Number 9 connected with his man on this one. The Lions again have it. Matthews shows some great awareness here as he gets himself into position to pick this one off. Touchdown for the Packers. Lions losing 31-14. Montgomery was able to make things pay off on the ground. Touchdown for the Packers. The Packers have opened it up and now lead by 24. The Packers, after a stop on fourth down, already in the red zone. Rodgers would find his target on this one. An 18-yard touchdown for the Packers. And that's where we'll leave this one. Packers serve up a blowout, 45-14. And now let's check in with our player of the game. Graham was kind enough to give us a moment of his time, and he's on the field with Susie Calvert. Susie?
Thanks, Chris. You excelled under pressure today, and your team bulldozed to a runaway victory. What gave you guys the edge today?
Yeah, we just stuck to our game plan today. Our coaches did a great job getting us ready, and I think their in-depth scouting gave us an edge in the end.
Back to you, Chris.
Thanks for tuning into ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports for 25 years and counting. I'm Chris Berman. We'll see you next time.
This is SportsCenter.
Hey, I'm Chris Berman. Got a lot of games to cover. Let's get at it. In our first game this week, we had the Titans stroll away with a 14-point win. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Broncos pick up win number 2. Lee had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. Phillip Rivers threw for over 200 yards and helped his Chargers beat the 49ers. In the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, we had the Eagles lose by 6 points. Down in Qualcomm Stadium, we had the Chargers clobber their way to a 35-point win. Packers, Lions, their way to number 15 came up with a huge play here as they cover a lot of real estate on this one. The Packers go on to win this by the final score of 45-14. The Ravens defense held their opponents to under 100 rushing yards in their win at the Cleveland Browns Stadium. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. This guy won't see action for a while, so this offense is going to have to make do without him. It's reported that he's fractured his leg and that he'll be out for the rest of the regular season. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. This guy won't see action for a while, so this offense is going to have to make do without him. He'll be out for 8 weeks. Now the big story of the day. This guy will be on the sidelines for a while, and that is not good news for his club. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
The Jets won at home and will stay home for next week's game when they meet the Colts. Antonio Brown had another good performance in the win and showed us why he's ranked up at the top of the league. Tom Brady threw 3 strikes to the end zone and helped his Patriots beat the Colts. Ravens, Steelers. Number 38 is set to receive the kick, and it's kind of a number, almost like a wide receiver makes that catch. Now has to reverse field, but he's got a wall in front of him, picks up a big block at the 40. He's got one man to beat. He could go all the way, 78 yards. What a play. The Ravens win this one by the final score of 28-25. In the Queen City, Cincinnati, we had the Bengals lose by 11. And last but not least, we had the Panthers come away victorious. So another week in the books here on ESPN, but what do you say we hand out a few game balls before we go? Here's my primetime players. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.